So, what do you do, Aveline?
You know I'm a guard. Why are you asking?
I mean in your off-duty hours, for fun. You've heard of it, I hope.
These are my off-duty hours.
And the trend of you scaring the piss out of me continues.
Yeah, Aveline's idea of fun is off-duty crime fighting with Hawk. Things she can't necessarily do as a guardsman. Because, hey, she's off-duty, she can do whatever she wants, and it doesn't reflect anything. But also beneficial for Hawk because, you know, hanging out with the guardsmen, especially the captain of the guardsmen, makes you look good. When you could have Templars breathing down your neck any moment of the day.
No loitering.
Huh. Well, I just lost a sovereign. Didn't think you'd stoop to our kind again. Indeed. Or are you not too proud to make some coin?
Pride usually hasn't been my downfall.
Since you stormed off, we don't have anyone who can quite work your magic. If you know what I mean. I sent some men to fence a bit of cargo down at the docks. Haven't seen them since. I'd pay good silver for the safe return of them, or the goods.
Is this anyone I know?
When you left, we had to take on New Ferelden. Volunteers. Lad named Price was leading them. No one of your caliber.
Want to tell me what you were selling?
We were trying to make a deal with the Carta. Those Orzammar dwarves. They like luxury items. Fine fabrics, a cask of caviar, an aged wine. Anything one can liberate from a Hightown merchant.
Where were they last seen?
They were supposed to meet down by the docks, under cover of darkness. I know you're familiar with the concept.
Consider it a deal.
Good. Go to the docks tonight. My boy Price was supposed to meet our buyers from the Carta there. Maybe you can find out what happened.
Aveline's a little bit upset about this, but that's fine. She'll chill out later. You could also bring Carver here, and I think he also doesn't like it that you're back dealing with a Fenrir after your 1 year of indentured servitude with her. But it's gonna be alright. So that is the start of the Loose Ends quest.
This it?
Fenrir's got one final job for us before we can retire out of the smuggling business for now. And we're gonna go just figure out what happened to her newies, like the new blood that she brought in. They messed up a little bit. We gotta find out what happened to them, see if we can solve the issue and get paid at the same time. We have well beyond the means for the expedition, but you know what? More money is always better.
Servant. There's a letter for you on the desk.
So I did a quick switch out to bring Carver back into the party because I am trying to min-max his approval, well, his friendship level, because there's very little of it in the game, and if you don't kind of try to min-max and think ahead with him, it's very hard to max out his friendship by the very end, because you start off getting rivalry points and you're already in the rival zone when the game starts. So you have to not only move it to the other end, like from neutral, like with all the other companions, you have to bring yourself to neutral and then move it up from there. And I think that's like almost impossible. I think it might actually just be impossible if you don't have the Legacy DLC, which I will be playing before we end Act 1.
Thank you. I thought them coterie men had me for sure. I guess the whole thing was a trap. There were no dwarves when I went to make the trade, just coterie waiting to kill us. They got the rest of the boys. I ran. I was hoping they wouldn't find me here, but they did.
You're a bit young to be doing this.
I'm 15, but I can usually pass for a man. My mama was ripped in two by one of them big horned darkspawn. It's just me and my sisters now. Working for a Thenril's the only way to feed the girls.
Why not take what a Thenril gave you and start fresh somewhere outside of Kirkwall?
What do you mean? In Lothering, there were always families willing to take in a strong lad and a few girls to help with the cooking. My father was a farmer, before the Darkspawn got him. I'd rather do that than work for a Thenril. I'll get my sisters. Please, make sure she doesn't come after us.
Now that that is settled, we still have one more thing to deal with at the docks. And as you can see, Carver's friendship went up by 10 from all of that, which is a huge boost over to that end. And there's a very specific reason why I want Carver to be max friendship by the end. Story and lore related reasons for specifically the Hawk that I am playing. So let's go deal with these like clandestine meeting over here.
I lost 2 of my men for damned wheat.
If it flies Amaranthine colors, you sink her.
Careful, lick spittle.
My men and I aren't accustomed to taking orders. The Viscount's pardon comes with strings. If Amaranthine is left unchecked, they will rule the waking sea.
Piss on that. What do I care?
A dozen war galleys hunting your kind to extinction says you'll care.
Messere, someone's nearby.
Can't we talk about this? No?
So it's interesting that they talk about Amaranthine dealing with the taking over the Waking Sea. Because the Wardens, in the last game, we kind of took over Amaranthine a little bit. Saved the city, all that. At the very end. But it's fine, I guess. Hopefully that's not Grey Warden doings. That they're trying to expand in that area, because I'm pretty sure Waking Sea, Kuslan had homies over there, at least after the lands meet. So I don't even know if that's gonna take effect later or not. If that means anything. Was that a hint to future happenings in the game? Who knows?
Someone powerful in Kirkwall wants the raiders to attack Amaranthine ships.
As I suspected. You've earned a bonus. You've done Ferelden and Amaranthine a great service.
You've been nursing that empty mug for hours.
Well, are you here to socialize, or did you bring my goods?
I rescued your boy and killed the coterie. But your property was long gone.
Coterie. I should have figured. They've got a lock on all trade with the dwarves. If I'd had someone decent on the job, they'd have dug into it first, not walked in blindly. Well, no cargo, no coin. If you're ever looking for more work, I keep my books right here. Feel free to sign yourself up.
So now that we have lied for the sake of someone else, we earned some points, friendship points with our companions, and we are no longer indebted to a Fenril. But we can still go do jobs, should we feel the need.
Maker's blessing, child. I am Elthina, Grand Cleric of Kirkwall, and I believe you're new to our city. It was a near thing what happened in Ferelden, but in the end, the Maker stepped in.
The hero of Ferelden stopped the Blight. The Maker had nothing to do with it.
Sometimes the Maker chooses the most unlikely vessels. We never know whose hand he may favor.
So while I don't dislike Elthina, she is kind of always in this neutral position where anything could possibly be the result of the Maker, which therefore proving that the Maker exists. Like the hero of Ferelden just happening to, you know, save everything. Even though that situation was more put into place by Flemeth, I think, than the Maker.
I shall not be left to
Well, who
wander
knows?
the drifty
You
roads
never
of the
know.
Fade, for there is no...
And she is an important character for this game, I feel, but I don't think they made her important enough. They should have, like, made her more involved, considering how the story goes. So we got our boy Fenris back for this next quest because I like to have him around when there's anything that involves Kunari.
I need someone of flexible talents and secrecy.
I hate Patrice so much.
Here, miss. Word is you're looking for help. And paying well.
I need someone native to the dark places beneath Lowtown. If you claim as much, yes, I will pay.
I am. Let's just step into this alley and me and my fellows can have a look at the money on offer.
She has chosen poorly.
Can you save someone so intent on being foolish?
Patrice is one of the characters I hate the most in this entire game series. And honestly, we should have just let her die here. Since I had the power of future vision, yeah, should have just let her die. Would have saved us so many headaches in the future if we just turned around and pretended like we didn't see nothing. Trust me. Y'all about to find out.
Well, thank you for your timely intervention. I am out of my element.
Surely you didn't realize that just now.
I had to come here to get the type of person I need. Someone of bloody skill, but also integrity. Perhaps the kind who might leap to someone's defense. I have a charge who needs passage from the city. If you are willing and capable, meet me at my safe house nearby.
I just saved you in an alley, and suddenly we're in business?
You're in Lowtown. What grand scheme could I be interrupting? Varnell!
A bloody Templar. Just what we need.
I hope you will come. This matter only grows more urgent with time.
So, riddle me this, Batman. How come Varnell didn't step in when she was about to get murked by thugs? Seemed to be her bodyguard. Maybe this man's ain't loyal out here. You ever think about that? Patrice? No, you didn't, because you don't think. Oh, I hate her so much. But before we deal with her and her stupidity, we're gonna check out this ominous foundry, as it is part of the first sacrifice quest. So we immediately walk in on a mage doing blood rituals, it seems. If all of the demons are a bit of a telltale sign for that. Especially like a desire demon, which is higher up on that. And some abominations for good measure. So, safe to say, that mage was up to no good. Lending some more credibility to the Templars being constantly on edge forever. Not looking too good on the mage front here. Which is part of the reason Hawk has to do everything in their power to look like an upstanding mage in this new lands.
Why does everything we do have to involve magic?
I'm sorry, Carver. It is a curse. Truly a curse upon this land. Oh well, at least you can shoot fireballs. That's a plus, yeah? Right?
Everyone stay still and try not to make any loud noises.
That's a lot of bones.
A severed hand, a ring, and a pile of bones. Emmerich will want to see this. And I should bring the ring to Ghislaine. It might belong to Ninette.
I love being in an age where there are no forensic science that can identify fingerprints. No tampering with evidence isn't a thing. So we'll just pick up these human remains and stolen jewelry and bring them to a Templar and one of the murder suspects. I'm sure nothing will go wrong. For that, let's go deal with Patrice and her very dumb idea.
Nice to see you too.
I thank you for coming. This matter is delicate, and I need someone of limited notoriety who will not link this to me. It is an escort, but I think you will agree the nature of the party makes this unique.
Time is wasting. Who is going where?
My name is Sister Patrice. I have assumed a burden of charity. This is my charge.
A Cerebas? Here?
Would even a Templar bind a mage like this? A survivor of infighting with their Talvashoth outcasts. I call him Katojan, a bridge between worlds.
The Viscount and others feel that peace begins with appeasement. This mage would likely be returned to his brutal kin. He can serve a better purpose. I want him free. He must be guided from the city without alerting his people, or being seen in my care.
You don't just stumble on something. Someone like this.
For all their blasphemous certainty, the Kunari do have deserters. Those who seek freedom are hunted mercilessly.
Tal Vashoth. They seem to accept the role.
Even their rebels conform. Savonel observed one of their bloody exchanges. This poor mage was the only survivor.
And you think this mage was being hunted?
I'm certain no thinking creature would willingly submit to this. If he was not running before, he has seized the opportunity now.
If you are so intent on this, why not use Chantry resources?
My order will soon realize the Kunari presence is more than a test of faith. It is an open challenge. But for now, I must act on my own. Helping this mage shows how Kunari heresy cannot be ignored. His flight is vital.
Is freedom so helpful? A new life with that collar seems doubtful.
And yet it is more than he has. My reach is limited. His struggle is his own.
It just seems like releasing a bird, cage and all.
We do what we can to step toward what is right. That must be enough.
Will he help? If I trust him at all.
I don't know his capabilities, or if he can function at all in that collar, but I think he knows we are his only way out.
You think?
He's followed every direction and made no aggressive moves, even when taunted. Were I in his place, I could have fled. Kunari or not, I can only assume he wants to be led to freedom.
And if you're wrong, I have to deal with it.
That is why I went to Lowtown. You are either capable of the discretion and skill that I need, or you are not.
You are not interested in who you might be hiring?
If you were important enough to know, I would need someone else. But if you insist, what is your family name?
My name is Hawke.
Strong. Very Ferelden. The Kunari have hardly pressured the southern nations. You have not seen as many converts or those who refused. If this action, if any action, can lessen their influence, it must be done.
I've had dealings with the Kunari leader. He'd want to know of this.
You have dealt with their leader? If you have interacted with Kunari, you know how they treat those who leave their heathen order. The Arashok would doom this poor creature. But knowing them is useful. If they challenged you, attacking an ally would only confirm their barbarism. You are still right for the task.
I can get him out of Kirkwall. He's a bit conspicuous for the streets, though.
Better out there than here with the Templar.
That is obviously not an option. You must avoid incident with the guards. I cannot be linked to this. This mage will be a fine example of how cruel Kunari are, even to their own. But only if this plays out just so. The passage here leads to the warrens of the Undercity. It is dangerous, but that is why you are hired. Good luck.
So Varric's not too happy about this situation, probably because it's too much trouble for what it's worth to just smuggle an entire Kunari out of Kirkwall. And it's just a bad plan. It's a bad idea. What Patrice says doesn't make any sense. It's people like her that make the Chantry look bad. Like, does anyone think that her logic makes any sense? Like, I want to know. Please explain to me.
We should move on.
How this seems like a good idea.
I think you've got enough coin together to get in on the expedition. We ought to go see my dropping the deep dark the Horn Skull Mage and other colloquials to that effect.
So I'll probably be skipping ahead a bit because there's a lot of fights down here like this that are literally just giant spiders. I don't know why giant spiders are in what is basically Darktown from how the environment looks. And fire traps, I guess, for the giant spiders. But we're not going to question it too much. This is Kirkwall. Kirkwall's just awful like that.
The mage seems indifferent to our struggles, even with his freedom as the prize.
Just basically Fenris taking notice that he isn't helping us fight. as we continue down this path. And oh look, oh look, goons. Who could have guessed there'd be just rando goons?
Ah, look at this. Undercity's feared by all, but there's no shortage of fools with coin who want to test it. What is this thing? Collared like a dog lord's bitch. You some sort of canary lover? Maybe I should get rid of you and see who'll pay the most for your pet.
I don't think it likes you threatening its master. Maybe we let this one pass.
A voice of reason. What's he doing with you?
You lot think you're so damn right. Buying everything, running free marches like me into our own sewers. You want us bound, like this thing? I'd see you dead first.
By the void! Kill it! Kill them all!
And then he stopped fighting again. Bro, the Kunari is like, bam, Kunari power. Magic. And then he's like, oh, never mind. You guys got this. I'ma just chill here, glowing, having my glow up. Just, okay, sure.
They get the idea, Kunari, Katojan. Whatever. Calm yourself. Did you react because your lead was threatened?
I know that kind of blind instinct. It is hard to judge how much control he has.
You did what I said. Did I hit the right phrase or something?
He may not know himself.
You can't gesture or stomp your feet twice for yes or something.
For all we know, he's asking for a chamber pot.
Don't know why we just don't cut the stitches on his mouth, keeping it shut, but alright.
Keep control. And remember who is on your side. Of course. I expected no different.
You will hold Basra Vashidan. I am Arvarad, and I claim possession of Serabas at your heel. The members of his Karatam were killed by Tal Vashath, but their disposal leads only here, to Serabas and you.
How did I know this job would end in more Kunari?
You speak as if ignorance is your natural condition. The bodies of his slain Karatam could lead only here. I do not know how you come to hold his leash, but you have no claim in the Qun. He will be returned and this crime cleansed.
And if he doesn't want to go back?
Serabas, show that your will remains bound to the Qun. He has only followed you because he wants to be led. He has allowed no other purpose.
The sister called him Katojan. You are Serabas?
Serabas is his role and his name, as you understand it. It is the accusation and acknowledgement of being a mage.
And you are Arvarad?
My role is to hold the leash and hunt the Grey Ones who leave the Qun. Or Baz who have not yet been enlightened.
He is bound and abused, and you want him caged. Why?
The power that he has, that all Serabas have, draws from chaos and demons. They can never be in control.
So you fear them?
We leash Serabas because they are dangerous and contagious. Not even your Templars fully grasp that threat.
You don't care that someone abused your dead to get you here?
No doubt they were cast from your shoulders as you or your partner thieves grew weak. It is a crime whose victims are beyond caring. It will be dealt with, but the greater threat is clear. It is my role to secure Serabas. It is the role of another to purge the perversions of your kind.
I'm not giving him to you. He'll choose his own path.
He wants what the Qun demands. He is nothing else. You, Basra, your kind have no sense. The opportunity for reason will be forced upon you. You will all be brought to the Qun.
Get ready!
We don't believe in slavery in this party. So there is a option, if you're a mage hawk, to say, hey, but I am a mage, to this Qunari, and he will immediately freak out and try to kill you. No more dialogue occurs, just you need to die. So it's best not to do that if you want to actually talk to him a bit and get more information about the Qunari culture and what's going on. But yeah, we're all about people choosing their own fates, even under the Qun, which is strange and complicated and brings some people peace and other people great distress. But no, we bring Fenris along to get that opinion too, because he knows more about it than us.
Can you stand?
I am unbound. Odd. Wrong. But you deserve honor. You are now Pasvarad, worthy of following. I thank your intent, even if it was wrong. I know the will of Arvarad. I must return as demanded. It is the wisdom of the Qun.
So after all this, now you want to die?
I do not want to die. I want to live by the Qun.
Which means dying.
Yes. Is that hard to grasp?
Arvarad couldn't kill me. Perhaps he was wrong about your death too.
Losing to you does not make him wrong. He spoke the Qun. I have chosen. It is bred in the bone.
Existing is not a choice.
It is the only choice. As it Taleb. It is to be.
Could you have returned if I'd let these others live?
No.
You were doomed from the start.
I was outside my Keratam. I may be corrupted. I cannot know. How I return is my choice. It must be. But that does not mean there is no meaning.
My job ended when we exited the city. The rest is up to you.
You know of certainty and borders. You are closer to the Qunari than you admit. Your role would change little if you accepted the Qun. Take this secret thing, Basvarad. Remember this day.
Bro went out Viking style. That's a blaze.
What is wrong with these things?
She may not have known about this, but clearly Patrice set a trail right to us.
We did what you wanted. Why give us away?
Because Patrice is awful, terrible, sorry excuse for a living creature. That is why. That is the only reason. But yeah, he decided that he wanted to live by the coon, and that meant he had to accept death. Which, you know what? That's his choice. That's what he wanted to do. Like Hawk said, that was the end of the job. So, whatever happened after that, doesn't matter. Not our problem anymore. Just time to go, get paid, move on with life. Hawk ain't trying to overextend for no random people. Just trying to look up our bears. And that's it, okay? If you ain't in our crew, you ain't family, whatever. We have a job, we do it, we done.
Leave nothing. It must be clean, with no ties. Hawk. It was Hawk, right? From the streets. You took the Kunari from the city? Without incident?
I think the incident was rather your idea.
Mind your tongue, dwarf.
Please, do speak your mind.
This was a damned roundabout way of trying to kill me.
Do you really think yourself so important? If someone saw an opportunity in the mage, if the Kunari murdered those who tried to help it, yes, that might be useful. But it wouldn't be personal. The Chantry must see the Kunari as the monsters they are. If someone ushers that along, some sacrifices are justified.
Your Katojan killed himself rather than be free.
I assumed he wanted to escape, just as I would. My pity is genuine, but they are not like us.
I want no part of your little war. Pay me what I'm due.
Take your coin. Disappear back into Lowtown. Rest assured, I will not make the mistake of looking for help outside the Faithful again. The stakes, eternity, are just too high.
We'll be hearing from that one again.
Unfortunately, Fenris is right. This will not be the last we see of Sister Patrice or her Templar lackey putting their noses where they don't belong, causing trouble that didn't need to exist. That's a problem for another day.